everyone, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio with tidbits of information to share. And I recently made some scoops out of plastic card, like this, the edge protectors I call them, that are just the thick plastic that's in the front protective layer of a 16 by 20 inch Artist Loft value pack of canvases. Anyway, so that was something that was similar to, a Sharpie pen container, which I am going to modify right now and show you guys what you can do, hopefully, by just cutting the end off, trimming it down, and trimming it off, and then, if all goes well, I will trim back the edges. I'm not even going to go for the whole modification right now, because I need to get to work, and I have something to work on behind me, which is an 18 by 24 inch canvas. So hey, I did two. I bought 4 pens recently. Dollar store, good place to find those. Alright, so I've got some Arteza Gold that's been sitting around for a while, and I'm going to need to stir it, and it's going to be one of the colors that I use with my other colors. That's a Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula. The Amazon link underneath my video has a list of fluid acrylics, tools, and paints and not processes. That's my book. My book is under the Amazon link too. Anyway, let me get rid of this stuff. That's a really beautiful edge catcher that I wanted to share with you guys, and that could go between glass because either side is kind of cool. I like to add other ones on top of it and then change up my designs. So my idea is to use this red primed canvas. Now, it's not perfect, but that's okay. It was an experiment, and I'm not sure I would do it again because it doesn't have pouring medium in the multi-coats of red, and it still looked kind of streaky. But I don't think when we're done with what we're doing, it's going to make any difference at all. And I'm going to be mixing 2 containers, or 3. Probably 2 to start with. Let's start with some white in the bottom and see if I can get myself a larger bottle of white, which I obviously left inside. Never mind. So I'm just going to do the black and the white and put my caps over there to start with. See that thing that does not belong in there, and it's got to come out. And I may run a tool through here just to make it more viable. It looks like I'll be picking out Floetrol thingies, and it is an 18 by 24, so I kind of do need a whole lot of paint. In the meantime, I'm going to do this and make a more abstract version of the same thing, and I'm going to use gold. It's not the mica powder that I have under the Amazon, under show more on the Amazon link, because when it's hot in Florida in the summertime, the mica does not flow as nicely as conventional paint. Now, I've been thinking about this, and I want some other colors that are a little strange, but might work really well on top of that red, and we'll see. In this also, I'm going to use some Anita's Metallic, if I can get it to come out of the bottle right now with a skewer, because otherwise I don't think it's coming. That whatever is plugging that is still in there, so expect me to be a little tweaked. Now, I don't think a lot of white is going to hurt anything, so I have no idea how much paint to use because these are ribbon pours. I often will use this neon purple from Folk Art with white, because that is when it maintains its color in the dried composition the next day. I sort of promised myself that I would give myself an opportunity to do something really strange, and I think that's the perfect strange thing to do right there. And I have a bug. Love bug season is back. Oh boy, goody. Bye-bye. Right on my glasses. I was wondering if I was like hallucinating or what. That was crazy. Alright, this was the last thing. My muse sent me a message and said, put some of the Folk Art Color Shift Turquoise in there. You won't be sorry. So let's see if my muse is right. I'm going to move my bottles out of the way because I'm not sure how this is going to go. I use GAC 800 by Golden in all of my paint mixture recipes, which is below the video. Oh, I forgot that color. Excellent. Yes. Right down the middle. I might be sorry about that, but I guess we won't find out for a little bit. I'm going to let that tip up on its edge so I can use what's in there before I'm done here. Hopefully I can use that. And I've got a wet studio rag, and wow, that's how fast that dried on there. So fortunately I've got a backup, and I'm going to probably throw that in the bucket. Maybe it'll soften up and I can get that paint off of there. So here's our new tool, which I'm not going to use doubled. I'm going to put my scissors away. I'm not going to use that pan yet, but we'll see how I feel about it. It's really time to clean up my studio. I've noticed that there's on the other side of this table that you can't see anything. Anyway, it's just crud. Just major crud. Alright, so this should be fun, we hope. And there may be more black involved, and I think I'm going to throw a little bit more of that Arteza. I call them Arteza, but they're Arteza. Metallic Pearls, I believe it was called. I could actually turn that upside down someplace, and maybe I will. Alright, I'm having an here goes nothing moment, and I'm going to dip my long scoop into, so this could be fantasy, this could be whatever I want it to be. If I put a big puddle down there, I believe that I can probably tilt and get some different effects, but I haven't really tried to do that with these scoops yet. So let's try that right now, and then I'll go back and grab some turquoise. But I've been watching other people do ring pours like I have. You do ring pours in stages sometimes, and that makes it pretty interesting because you can tilt things. This reminds me of something else I did recently, but I used a spatula. Right, this is not the most stable back. I think I would trim that off, and I might even put some metal tape around there just because it's stable. It makes it a little more stable, a lot stiffer, in other words. So I'm just going to scoop up a puddle. And see how far that goes out. I should be kind of paying attention to my marks, but I think I'm going to just give myself permission to put some paint down. I'm going to check that thing that just stopped there as a lump. I'm going to check everything for lumps. I'm kind of wishing I had put more black in there, but you know what? It's really not that hard to do. Especially right before I tilt. This is kind of a new style. I mean, it looks somewhat like some other things. Let me get some of these things out of my way for a second. Because even though you think I probably have plenty of room, you'd be surprised. Just because I'm outside does not mean I have plenty of room. I have one little surface to work on, and it has the turntable level on it, and that's about it. Foolish. I'm going to let whatever decides to fall off of this fall off onto an edge catcher. That way I can do what I like to do, which is to salvage things. I didn't check for my lumps, and I think there's one right in there. Yes, I'm correct. I'm getting a sense of lumps. Sense for lumps. I do want to keep the red background. I can't even see what I'm doing right now, but I've always sort of wanted to play with drips, so it's not really bothering me, except for the red is kind of sticky. The red was a master's touch, and I used it, like I said, without pouring medium, and I don't believe I would do that again. So, as much as I like that, I like the idea of the turquoise better. And I'm just going to give myself some more permission, although I'm going to add a whole lot more black, because I can see that that's what I want. Do I want to drag something through there? Because I can drag a skewer or anything through that black and make it a little bit more interesting. It must be time to find, yes, there it is, not far fortunately, the Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas. So wherever I wind up with, I'm kind of hoping some of the red will be left. And I'll do the best I can to make it into something that I like. I'm not there yet, but that's okay. I'm kind of thinking that this purple is not a bad idea either. I still haven't found the color that I really feel will make this the composition I would like it to be. But I think tilting is what's going to happen. I'm really tempted by that. That's crazy. Is that crazy? That's a little crazy. How about, oh yeah, okay. I did this the other day. That is the Art Minds Mystique. And it's a wonderful color. And I think if I just slow my brain down a little bit and notice what's here, I might be able to take advantage of it. I really love that purple, but it needs the white with it. So I'm thinking, throw that in the bucket. No, wipe that off. I gotta be quicker with my spatulas. I had right here just a moment ago, let's just use the one we've got. Let's grab some more of that turquoise. Let's just paint with what we see. And have some fun. Just for a minute there, it stopped being fun. Alright, that's lots of paint. And I'm happier still now. And I can layer paint. And I'm probably going to tip again, but I don't have to. I am just going to freely give myself permission to use what I've got until I start to like what I have, which is a good plan. I still feel like I'm missing a color and I'm not sure what it is. I'm also not sure what I want to do, but I don't really want to tip. So I think that means I'm going to blow, and you can't really see me do that. I can also scrape off my spatula on the side and let the paint run down. That is kind of cool. I need some paint down there. I can use skewers, I can use chain. I'm not ready to find out about the chain quite yet. I do like the idea of, everything all at once. What can I say? I am going to try and use that gold right over the edge. I'm going to give it a tip. I've got to do it. Once I get down to this side here, I'm still feeling like I'm missing a color, and I don't know what it is. Part of me thinks it's just the more turquoise. Part of me just wants to cover everything with this purple that I love. Put it right up to the edge so it can fall right over. I'm actually beginning to like it. Cool. So if I, what are you? Things stuck in paint. That's what you are. So as long as the paint is thick, you should be able to play with it. Even though the background surface is dry, there's enough other paint on here to play with it. And every time you agitate paint, you have a very good chance of creating cells popping. I can also dip my bamboo skewer in and pull out little sections. It's not as easy as I'd like it to be. Here, let's try it. Little stripy sections. We'll let the excess roll over and we'll pull out that thing that does not belong. I think one more. It's a little muddy, but it's beautiful mud. No, I think I need an odd number. And maybe, because I'm beginning to like doing this, I'm going to do some more. That's kind of neat. It makes me kind of think maybe some white would be in order. Not sure. I'm going to use the Anita's, if I'm lucky, I'm going to use the Anita's, yeah, white pearl. There, that's not bothering me. And I'm just going to see what happens when I use a schmutzy skewer and drag some of my white through. That was actually kind of cool. I like that happened nicely. Maybe even better than expected. So balloon, ooh. Okay, that's gonna go away now. So balloon rolls are cool, but I still love my skewer best. And I see I've got something up there. I'm obviously gonna be doing another painting. This is neat. Still feel like I'm missing a color. And I still want to try that green. Why do I want to try that green so bad? Alright, I'm just going to steal some paint. Let the paint that I'm stealing go over. Make some randomly cool shapes that are also going to create some randomly cool patterns. Dab on the edge so the paint will flow over. I've got 2 minutes left to tell you guys whatever I'm going to tell you. Let's see what I can remember without peeking at my cards. Check your notifications and check your subscriptions, because if you think you're subscribed and you're not getting notifications, maybe you're not, because a lot of people got unsubscribed and we don't know why, but that is the case. My husband was one of them, and my biggest fan was the other one, so we know what you're up to. No, we don't. We really, really don't ever know what YouTube is up to, because they are always trying to become new and innovative, and sometimes it's a good thing and sometimes people aren't sure. And I wouldn't want to lay claim to whichever one of those I was, but you could probably guess for yourself. I have hope that they will resolve the issues that might make it difficult for me to attempt to continue on doing this. But that also reminds me that I have placed a contest or a drawing video, a video on the end screens in the last 20 seconds that shows this month's exhibition of fantasy art and shares with you the 2 paintings that I have included in the drawing, and tells you that you can win a book and a signed book if you're nice. And if you don't like the paintings, you can use a $160 credit toward the purchase of any of my artwork that you want. My artwork is higher priced than some because I protect my collectors, and I expect to continue to protect my collectors. I'm not the typical accidental artist, in my opinion, and this is actually looking pretty cool. I wasn't so sure how I was going to feel about that red. I definitely want some more gold. Maybe right here. And I could definitely come back too and do this some more, but I'm not sure I need to, because there won't be that much more going on. I can promise you I'm not going to be excessive about anything I do to this, because it's pretty cool, even if it is red. And I thought I was going to love it, and I'm still loving a lot of things about it, but I'm still not sure I'm not missing a color. So maybe that timer will go off. Do we try it? Oh boy. I'm going to do it. I have to know if that's the color I'm missing. And I think it actually is. Surprise! Anyway, I have PayPal and Patreon, and if you use my email, if you want to make a contribution through Zelle, just use my email, and you can do that whenever you want to. And make sure you use that email to send me notification that you have joined the contest, because they'll send me the money, but they won't send me your email to let you know anything. So, so this is cool. I don't know why I resisted that color before, just because it's a little odd. But it is what it is, and if I choose when that timer goes off to find that I need something else, like a pink that's calling me, not the hot pink though, or is it? Or is it? I don't think I'll be able to keep that no matter what I do. Let's see what happens with that. I'm going to wipe off my skewer before I make a mistake. I guess we'll at least find out what it does. might really like that. I might really not. I don't know